It describes his fall and prophesies that he will be made a man and then destroyed by fire. These are not horned, ugly beings. This is all false doctrine and ideas which the Catholic Church adapted from false religion. These fallen angels could care less what name they are called by throughout history. They know they are screwed. They know they can't win, and the only thing to occupy their time, since they fell from heaven, is to bring us down to their level. This is all for a reason. When the world doesn't end in 2012, and they give you what Albert Pike called the pure Luciferian doctrine after World War III, and offer things that are impossible for these fallen angels to deliver on, what are you going to do? Are you going to believe in the thousands of years of lies that they believe in? The Illuminati could care less. They just want power. The only ones who care about making us lose faith are the ones directing them. I will link you one of the most interesting videos I have ever watched, in which a man who has escaped from these secret societies tells you exactly what these beings look like and how they have gone about fooling the world. Here is William Blake's poem, Jeruselem, that you can read for yourself. Simply pause it. This plan is not recently developed. The final plan has been put in place by Lucifer, at the latest when the Mayans lived, and probably long before that. Now, for those that believe in aliens, or think that there was a cover-up at Roswell, the following article is very interesting. It is by William Cooper, who, like Rik Clay, was also killed for figuring out too much. He was ex-military who firmly believed in aliens, and he explains why. He was taught that they were real in the military, but later completely changed and exposed government documents that showed that fake alien aircraft would be used by the United States for psychological warfare, and that there was no cover-up at Roswell. They invented the cover-up to instill the idea that there could be aliens. I also made a Do Aliens Exist video that you can view on my channel that has to do with the more scientific aspects of the subject. Basically, even if there were aliens, they couldn't get here. It's bad science. Any alien that we are presented with will be a hoax if it has a ship. Any alien without a ship would be a god. My video explains why. For those who love science like I do, I have made a video on Nikola Tesla, who was the most brilliant scientist of the modern era. I examine Einstein's theories, which he doubted himself, and see how they have stood up as opposed to Tesla's statements. Now, Tesla, of course, leads to HARP. Do we have any smoking guns about HARP? Yes, we do. This is from an official government website as well, and it is our Secretary of Defense from 1997, saying that these weapons can cause earthquakes and change weather, and that they exist, but he accuses other nations of having it, even though the United States was the country who took all of Nikola Tesla's research and has never declassified it. Now, as far as NASA is putting all kinds of stuff out there. They are doing everything to support planet Nibiru theories, and they have Buzz Aldrin saying that he saw aliens. They have also predicted solar storms that are going to happen in 2012, among other things. Other people have taken metaphorical books like 2001 and 2010 and postulated that NASA is trying to make a second sun, which people have called Project Lucifer. And NASA hasn't done exactly anything to disprove this. Now, how far can you actually trust NASA? First off, their rocket scientist was a Nazi. Add to that, almost all the moon mission astronauts were openly Freemason. Now on to the smoking guns. We are again going to use official government websites here to make our point. The first picture I am going to link you is an absolute joke. Look at the lower right landing pad of the LEM module. There are two photographs on it. The one on the left is in a Ziploc bag. It is a picture of the moon on the moon. The picture on the right is a picture of a man. You can even see the white border around the picture. Now, why is this picture impossible? First, there is no atmosphere on the moon, and the moon is not protected by the Van Allen belt. So there would be a heat problem. NASA and bad astronomy refuse to even admit that these are photographs. Why? Because they would melt. They say that these are reflections in the tin foil. Give me a break. Even more glaring, however, is for this picture to be on the moon. That means that they developed this photograph of the moon on the moon, which means there would have to be a dark room there. This is just stupid. Again, I'm linking all of these in the information section of this video. Here you have a blatantly obvious case of front screen projection. You can see in the middle of the picture where the pebbles stop. The mountains and the horizon are not real. They are projection onto Scotchlight. This is how they made movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey and Star Wars. In this video I link, you can actually watch an astronaut walk into the Scotchlight background. He moves in place side to side, and you can see the object he is carrying react to hitting the Scotchlight. It is simply hilarious. Next smoking gun. Scotch packing tape holds insulation to the black construction paper or tar paper and is also used to hold on the US flag. Some extra tape has been haphazardly placed to the left of the words United States. Who are they fooling with this crap? Sadly, most of the people in the world. Here is a full picture of the LEM module, which supposedly landed on the moon. I think I could make something more convincing at Home Depot in a couple of weekends. Another smoking gun. No argument for this picture. Duct tape holds on the repaired rear fender, so it had been driven and not just built. No tire tracks below or behind the tires in a straight path. NASA's only argument for this is that the dust is so fine that an astronaut even approaching the lunar rover would send this fine dust everywhere, covering the tire tracks. Do we have video of the lunar rover in action? We sure do. This is what the rover looks like when the camera speed is sped up to reality. I will link this in the information section of this video. They slowed all footage down to make it look like they were operating in zero gravity. When you speed it up, it looks like the world's most expensive dune buggy operating in sand, not fine lunar dust. I will also link 2 great channels on YouTube that show just how bad a hoax this was. They include hammers making sound in the vacuum of space, holes in the astronauts' pants, which would cause them to explode from sudden decompression, and how obvious it was that the astronauts were on wires. Now, along with this, if you go to Area 51 on Google Earth, you will see moon craters. You will see a building that was built so that its shadow resembles a film strip, and this shadow is always present in Google Earth and always points towards a mural of an astronaut holding theater masks. Along with this, you have a memorial park commemorating the hoax and a giant mural of an Apollo rocket with a 1960s television inside it. Basically, they're laughing at you.